Hi guys. Hail and Mirror Meets everybody. I know it's not Monday, it's Sunday night. So at least we're still here. The storm turned out for the western side of Connecticut and western Massachusetts. Turned out to be a big giant nothing. However, on the eastern side and Rhode Island and part of Massachusetts, not so much. It turned out to be quite a bit of flooding and stuff like that, and power outages, but on the eastern side of the state, a big nothing. Just very interesting to think about that. That the fact that the system came through, it really didn't do much to us on the western side. After they basically sent us a major scare, saying that we were going to have a major whoop-ass coming our way, it turned out the whoop-ass wasn't even a kitten. Jeez. Okay. So, we didn't even lose power. We didn't lose any utilities. And obviously, I'm streaming. So, it tells you I'm here. And that you can tell that I'm here. We also have to cover some other news as well. Okay. First of all, like I said, we just had some rain. We had some wind. But we didn't have any major wind or rain. Nothing more than usual from these systems. They just come through, give us a strong windy breeze, and then they move on. That's because Winston has a long-term spell protecting the city that has been existent since the 1955 flood. So in the 1955 flood, Winston, I'll just take my sound here. Winston didn't get, yeah, that's good. Winston didn't get any really serious badass damage. After the flood, the whole entire northeast was protected by a spell that was apparently created by a couple of witches after the 55 flood to protect the northwest hills from any future major bad long-term damaging effects like that. So it's a pretty big deal when you think about it, because people tend to forget that Winston is surrounded by trees. It wouldn't take much, and 3 watersheds. It wouldn't take much to see Winston seriously get his butt kicked. But why didn't he get butt kicked? Because Winston has a spell, as I said, that's protected it since the 55 flood. Unfortunately, the Eastern Connecticut doesn't have this kind of protection. And so, of course, also in addition to that, hurricanes tend to want to stay over water where it's going to keep the energy flowing. And so it made sense that Henry was going to want to stay where it was going to be lots of moisture to continue to fuel its energy, its voracious appetite to get stronger and bigger. And so that's what happened. But let's not also forget we have another thing to cover too, which is what happened with Ed. Now, last night Ed was feeling a little bit better, but he felt good enough that he said, the problem is I definitely cannot walk very far or very well with my gout. And so he called the doctor, called the ER, and said, I need care. And he said, that's fine. So he went in for care, but he must have put him into a continuing health facility because he's not in the ER right now, but he's not here either. So, and he didn't call back, and he didn't tell me what his plans are. So as far as I know, Ed is in a continuing health facility outside of the hospital system. So that's all I can tell you, because he's not in the hospital itself at all. So, which kind of sucks, because I really want to know how he's doing, and hear from, what his doctors get to say about his treatment. He asked me, could I have permanently damaged my joints? I said, yeah, you could have permanently damaged your joints. That's absolutely a possibility. But I'm not a medical doctor. I can't tell you. if you damaged your joints or not. You have to understand, Ed has had gout pretty much since 1994, so it's not like it's new to him about gout and gout damage. Yeah, well, we all know what that means, right? So we got all these people were potential to have people on here today, and right now we only have 2 of them on. That's because either A, majority of the audience may have been seriously affected by this hurricane. On eastern Connecticut, Rhode Island, it definitely was going to be affected by this hurricane. On the western side of the state, where I'm in, we got nothing up here in the corner except some wind and rain, but even the wind, as like I said, was nothing really major. It was just no more than maybe 20 miles an hour winds. That's about it. Really. So the good news is that there is no damage of any significance in this area. We didn't lose power. We still have that, obviously. Just open the door to the porch to get some fresh air in here. It's cooler tonight. One thing about the system that isn't good was it seriously dropped the temperatures down a lot. But it's not going to stay cool. I got to assure you, it's going to get spicy tomorrow. Again. So take advantage of it while you can. Get out there. Enjoy the cooler weather. You're still going to get some rain, but on the western side of the state, but maybe not enough to really be a major showstopper. Last night on Discord, we had our Discord show, and that was pretty much covering was the hurricane. It didn't cover much else. We didn't get into a lot of details about how people were going to prepare, because last night was a big giant wild card. Nobody knew what kind of weather we're going to have the next day, because at first the storm track showed that the Henry was going to come up through the northwest Connecticut, and then at the last minute it changed its mind and went towards Providence, Rhode Island instead, sparing me and a lot of people in the hills. Unfortunately, it didn't spare very many people on the coastline or in Rhode Island. And more than likely, Eastern Massachusetts probably got it too pretty good. So, yeah, that was just a very, very boring day. But also, unfortunately, since Ed's not here, I do worry about Ed too. I wonder how Ed is doing, because obviously he's, like I said, he's not in the ER right now. He's obviously somewhere else, but he's not here. So I'm going to assume they put him into a continuing health facility. I have an idea which one, but if he's in there, in places like Fort Knox, and I'm not going to get through to him very well. Or for that matter, if he's in another one, who knows? Maybe he's up the other one. I don't know. But I did my best to take care of him, and he was doing marginally better. But I can't deny that his knees were still causing him a lot of pain, and so I couldn't give him any prescriptions because I don't have a script. I'm not a prescriber. I can't prescribe crap. I'm just a housewife. So, unfortunately, I never realized how much I kind of became like my mother in many ways. The perpetual nag that basically drove my father up a wall. I don't know why I ended up becoming like my mother, but I guess I did. She's a Virgo too, damn it. I like her. Or she's Scorpio. I don't know if she's Virgo or Scorpio. She's definitely not Libra. My brother's Libra, and he's pretty laid back. How you doing, bigger boy? Yeah, we survived. We didn't suffer any major damage from the storm in the western United States, Western Connecticut. Just a good steady rain and winds up to about 20 miles an hour. That's about it. Nothing really bad. So the good news is tomorrow morning, the morning show will be at the normal time. The hurricane warnings were canceled for our state. Tropical storm warnings were canceled for our side of the state, and so we basically just, just sitting here doing nothing. Ed is somewhere else. I believe he's in a continuing care facility. Because he went to ER last night because he was also concerned if there was mandatory evacuations, and he was concerned that he wouldn't be able to get out of here safely if there was an emergency evacuation. Well, fortunately, it didn't happen, but, still, I can't disagree with him on that. My feeling about the situation with Ed is he's really got to get himself some proper care. I mean, he needs so much more than I thought I could give, and I gave a lot, but I couldn't give a lot more indefinitely. His health was meh, it's just with the gout, it makes him shout. He has a hurts, in the knees and in the joints and walking. And so he decided that let's go to ER, let's get some service at Brian King. Ed decided to go to the ER last night because his gout in his knees was hurting him really bad, but he was able to stand, but he couldn't really do much more than that. So he went to ER to try to get the prescription medications he needs. And then they signed him out. I guess he's probably in a continuing care facility right now. How you doing, Andrew? Yeah, how you doing? We're live. The group chat's open, Andrew. The NASQ support group chat is open. If you want to join me tonight, you could talk for a bit. Ain't got anything else going on. Nothing else going on. Just bored. B-O-R-E-D. I don't have a lot going on. I slept most of the day. I woke up with a sore throat. I must have been snoring like a monster last night. I was so tired. So, right. Well, you're right. They're not going to keep someone for gout once they stabilize the condition, but he didn't come back here, though. So, because he didn't even return home last night. Bit late for me, Michelle, although I am officially on holiday off all week. Yeah, Michelle, are you sure it's gout he has? That's a good question. Is it gout? He said it's gout, but there may be other things in addition to gout. He really seriously, I think his health had really declined a lot over the years. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I definitely think it could be more than gout. I do not dismiss the possibility. The point is he's not here. He didn't call me, but then last night he didn't take his cell phone with him anyway. I don't think so. I think that's, it's a good question. I have no idea, Andrew. I don't know. But he told me that, once he goes to ER, they're not going to want to release him to someplace where he can't get to. He probably explained to them that he needs to be able to play a place where he can be on the first floor so he can safely transport himself. That's true. He did quit drinking. Yeah, I think he's in a better place right now because I can handle the third floor, but he can't. I think the third floor for him was a bit much more stressful and physically painful for him than it was for me. And I've been living here for about 17 years, and so I managed to get up and down the stairs every day. I go up and down the stairs on the average about 6 times a day. So first, for meals and feet, check. Then usually to get something quick at Cumbies, check. Then sometimes I have to get something somewhere else. I have to go up and down the stairs for that. Then I have to go upstairs and get the mail. Then I have to go upstairs. Well, when he was here at the end, he was eating mostly bacon. We were trying to get him away from the purines and the gout-inducing stuff that would give him problems. And he was drinking plenty of black cherry juice mixed with apple juice and water. So we successfully managed to get his urine like almost clear. Like that was a major step in the right direction for him. He felt better too. But he just doesn't know why he had a relapse, other than the fact is that he had bagels 2 days in a row. Oh yeah, he eats meat. He eats meat and potatoes. He's not into vegetables. So unfortunately, the problem is just that. It's his diet that's his problem. Right, I agree with you. But unfortunately, trying to teach that to him, he's Taurus. He's stubborn. He doesn't really believe in eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. I considered that maybe he may be malnourished in places because of the fact that he is, his whole life was always surrounded around meat, beef, pork, chicken. So trying to get him onto mostly a vegetarian diet that's gout compatible did help him a little bit. But the problem is he going to stay with that? No, probably not. I agree with you, Brian K. I agree with you. But trying to get him to eat salads and stuff was like it was like impossible to argue with him on it. And so he said I was an ag. Well, the problem was that I was an ag because I was concerned about him. But the problem is he doesn't want to change. No, that would make no sense. Yeah, but the thing is, the vegetables are important for you. So, the point is that right now, he's obviously in a place of continuing care because he's checked out of the ER. He's not there anymore. I don't know what time he checked out, but must have been earlier in the day. Because you're right, they're not only not going to hold a guy like that in the ER for days, considering the fact is they were probably getting prepared for the crisis at hand. If Hurricane Henry had turned and stayed on the western track, there would have been a lot of injuries, and there wasn't any, thank God. There was actually in western Connecticut. No, because that doesn't make any sense either. He's already experienced what his so-called accident was, which is he made his condition worse. I think he feels a little bit depressed because after he and I studied, because he was researching it on his own, I was researching it too, and we both came up with the same conclusion. You're going to need to find a medical team that can get you back on shape. Because, Ed, I can't do it. I told him that. Brian K., I would never do that to anybody. Number one, I have problems too with my own arthritis. I can't even do that. I can't lift him anyway. He's way heavier than me. He may think he's lighter than me, but the truth is he's definitely bigger than me. He's stockier. I got a gut. He's got a lot more issues on his body than I do. First of all, he has poor circulation in the legs. He has high blood pressure. I don't think so, Brian Gang. No jokes aside, that's not even funny. So, I'm still a little bit disconcerted that he didn't call me. I mean, but then he didn't have his cell phone with him. He didn't take it with him. No. That's his biggest problem. He doesn't eat much fruits or vegetables at all. He's definitely a carnivore more than anything. And the problem is, that's part of his whole problem. He insists of eating lots of meat. And the problem is the meat he likes is high in purines. Yes, I have called the ER. Oh, you mean the other one? Fernwood? No, I have not tried calling Fernwood yet. I gotta look up Fernwood's number. The problem is, Fernwood is like, I don't know, it's like, I didn't ask the exact time he checked out, just the fact that he is checked out. But they couldn't tell me where he went after that. Yeah, I can look up Fernwood Restaurant afterwards, see if I can find the number. He's been there before. There's 3 other rest homes in the area too, so it could be one. It could be Valor Manor, it could be Marathon, it could be Fernwood. Probably. That would definitely say HIPAA is definitely involved here. But the fact is, he didn't call or leave me a message. Tells me that either A, he is really not feeling well, and he just doesn't want to bother talking to me on the phone. Or B, he's sleeping and kind of forgot. No. He checked out this morning. Or this afternoon. He left the ER this afternoon. They probably determined that for him, he's going to probably need to be in a place that would be better for his condition, continuing treatment. Because they probably agree, they probably agree with him and me, which is the 3rd floor is not appropriate for him. He needs to be on a ground floor. I don't really, I don't feel I did anything wrong, because I think I didn't do anything wrong at all. I certainly did my research, and so did he, the treatments. And so I think we did pretty well, considering the fact that we couldn't get any prescriptions. The building has hand railings. The problem is the stairs. He has a hard time with the stairs. He has a harder time walking than I do. We don't have a lift here. So, which means that since we don't have a lift, he can't get up and down very easily between the floors. But maybe in the future, maybe I'll find him a place that'd be better for him for long term. knows what my plans are? I might end up basically eventually moving on too someday. Okay, we got some other news to cover since we're obviously here. One of the things for those people in America is, when are they going to try to pass the next stimulus bill? The American Families Plan, the anti-poverty legislation. Nancy Pelosi had said that she wants to get it on the floor by October 1st. No, she said by, not on. So maybe they might get the bill ready before October. It's just taking so damn long to get the legislation passed. And it's ridiculous. It's really just how slow that this federal government has been acting to get people to get the anti-poverty legislation written up. Is kind of sad that it's not being done sooner. I don't know. You figure it out. I got to the hospital by ambulance. He insisted calling him, which, given the fact is that even they had to struggle to get him downstairs because of his size and weight. You had two women attendants struggling to get him onto a medevac chair to get him out of here. I only can tell you is that his weight is probably extremely high. I'm not exactly lightweight myself, but I think I'm about the same weight, if not maybe a little bit less than he is. Some people, like you said, Brian, could it be more, or actually Andrew said, could it be more than gout he has? And I think it's very likely he has more than gout. I definitely think he definitely has probably concerns with, his blood sugar, cholesterol, and a few other things in his body that are probably messed up as well. Since he hadn't ran out of medications that he had prescriptions for about a month ago, he didn't even bother to renew that. Now, this is his fault. He didn't even call to get a local doctor. He didn't care to. He should have done that when he first came here in May, and he didn't even do that. So can't say anything but common sense when you know you're gonna need a doctor and you don't even bother to do it. Can the liver be issues with alcohol? But that can be bro. I don't know. I that's a great question, Andrew. I ran it up on a story last night about that some people get a gut that's not fat, but rather is fluid retention. And it's caused by a form of cirrhosis of the liver condition. I forgot what they said it was. The problem is, in severe cases, you have to do a liver transplant. I hope not. I mean, he had been not drinking for a couple of weeks, almost a month and a half. But still, the fact is that he himself didn't take the initiative and call any kind of medical professional to get back into his prescriptions. He didn't do that. Inflammation, though, it is good that he stopped, as his liver can regenerate if it's not too damaged. That's true. And the liver is a very important organ. Plus, we've been getting him on a lot of water and a lot of black cherry juice and apple juice to get all the uric acid out of his system, to flush his kidneys, and I think that was a good thing. We did something good for him. It did help him. But the problem is I think Ed is going to need special care pretty much for the remainder of his life, because the fact is that he unfortunately had done a lot of damage to himself over the decades. And I couldn't do any more with him. I mean, as far as like any more advanced treatments, I couldn't do anything because I'm not a medical professional. I could not prescribe him anything. It was taking a lot of energy, taking a toll on my spirit, never mind his. And so I guess since right now he's not here, it's an advantage, because I did something I sorely wanted to do. Yeah, sleep. And I certainly did sleep. I must have snored like a monster from the Black Lagoon, because I woke up with a sore throat. Sorry. Sorry to the spirits of the building. You had to listen to that horrendous noise. I just needed to rest so bad. Can't say I didn't try. Yeah, well, once you get to be his age, he gets set in his ways. Apparently, he never really was taught proper eating habits at all. I mean, even as a young person, he never was taught proper eating habits, or what foods are good for you, what foods are bad for you. For him, his most of his childhood and adult life was always fast food, and not a lot of fruits and vegetables or salads or anything like that. And so it really catches up with you over the years. So now he has to, pay the price for his, bad decisions throughout his life. That I can't help him with that. I got my own demons to deal with. So what's tomorrow gonna be like? Well, I'm gonna tell you, my suspicion is that tomorrow is gonna be a normal Monday, albeit a very rainy one, for my side of the state. But it's not gonna be any difference than any other Monday. I'm probably not going to be doing Meals on Feet tomorrow, because I was doing mostly Meals on Feet for Ed. And now it's going to be raining, and I really don't want to go walking out in the rain unnecessarily. We still have some food left in the soup kitchen. Yeah, well, 12 degrees C, I'll take that temperature. Right now it's probably about 22 here. It's not a bad day. Yeah, that's a good question, though. What's going to happen with the fires in Europe and the Dixie and the River Fire in California? Yeah. Wish I was there. It'd be nice. Oh, right now it's not too bad here in Connecticut either. I mean, the temperatures are. I didn't even have to have the air conditioner on. I just left it on because of habit. But I turned it off when I woke up, and this evening. Yeah, I believe it. So how is the power grid in Europe handling that? Because you guys are all interconnected, just like we are in this country with Canada, Mexico. How are you guys handling the weather and the power demand for air conditioners? I mean, 120, I mean, oh my God, if ever it was 120 degrees Celsius, you guys would be all cooked. But you guys are pretty close, 50, 60 degrees. That's just like, what? Like 120 degrees Fahrenheit? In northeastern or no, southern Europe? That's hot. So people must be running air conditioners. Yeah, that'd definitely be cooking temperature. Probably a lot of people ended up in the emergency rooms all across Europe because of the heat. That's a pretty serious problem. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, I know most Italians don't really normally use air conditioning much, at least traditionally. But I got a feeling with all the other people that come into the country that are visiting from Northern Europe during the holidays, they probably had no choice but to put more air conditioning. As hi, Rusty, Rusty cat, Rusty the kitty. Let's get him on the screen. Everybody likes to see my cat. Let's get him on the screen here. Let's see. Hey, we're all set. Okay. There's the cat. Everybody likes the cat. this is like a Saturday or Sunday morning or Monday morning show, which we're gonna have tomorrow. We're gonna have a more normal morning show. So yeah, stick your nose in the camera. Yeah. Back it up so don't crowd it up doing all your furry face. Yeah. So, oops. Yeah, there you go. Big cat. So, like I said, I didn't make any tea yet. I just put the water back on for tea. There I go. Switch this back to me. Yeah, Musty's here, yep. Just came by to say hi to you guys. Yeah, pretty much was. Well, the thing was, July in Connecticut was certainly above normal temperatures. Most of those women from Southern Europe, I don't know about the women, but most people do try really hard to keep clean. After all, they did invent perfume in France for a reason, in colognes and other things. That's because you're all crammed in a very hot, steamy environment in the urban centers down there. It's just, in fact, the whole city of New York stinks. Literally, stinks. The only time it smells any better is when all the rain finally falls and totally takes the stink out of the air. But even then, that's sometimes what it replaces it with is only partially an improvement. Must have been worse back prior to 1972's EPA. Oh my God! I mean, the smog must have been atrocious in New York. Never mind Los Angeles. I don't know. New York is just an environment that I never could. I've been to New York. I visited New York, but I sure the hell don't want to live there. Really. And New York City is just, my dad grew up in Queens. New York is just, I don't know, I don't like it. I just like, ew. I go in there and it's like, this place is just so depressing. It's expensive. Everybody's packed in like sardines in a small space. Yeah, I know that, Andrew. I agree with you. And he still has his stuff here to pick up. So eventually we're going to have to know what his plans are so I can go ahead and arrange it with the landlord, because the landlord is going to he's going to want his rent, he's going to want his $400. And I already told him that, the landlord that is, I said, look, Jimmy, first of all, I don't have $1,200 out of my own pocket to pay you. He said, no. You still pay me the $400, he pays me $800. I mean, you pay the $800, he pays the $400. Well, that's fine, but he's not here. So, are you going to start evictions on him because he's not here, because he was in the ER? But nobody knows where he is now. How you doing, Skunkgate? I'm still trying to find a way to reach out to Charlotte and Monica, by the way. If anybody knows how to reach out to Charlotte and Monica, I still would like to try to reach out to both of them. No, Ed went to the ER because he needed to get his medications and he didn't know any other way to get them. Because he didn't think his knees were doing much better. What does that matter so much? About what? About Monica and Charlotte? The fact is that I was friends with them and that I kind of want to still keep talking to them. I don't know where Ed is now. I think he's in a continued healthcare facility. But which one, I don't know. He might be in the rest home, too. Nope, he hasn't called at all. How about 15 to 25 minutes by car. This my Springs. I'll just play the Springs on my microphone stand. I did. He's always checked out. He's not in the ER. He's not in the regular hospital either. There is a bus, yes. Besides the bus should be running tomorrow because the hurricane didn't do any damage on our side of the state. At least none that I can see. Probably just keep them by night for observation. I don't think he's doing that. No, I think that they just probably sent him to a continued health facility. Yeah, he needs some help with his medication. He needs some help with finding better housing that is better for him. Yeah, I think that's where he is. I think he's probably in Fernwood. I think they probably transferred him to Fernwood. His health really is declining. I mean, so bad. I never realized how bad his situation with his health was until I got more involved in this healthcare, and then I was like, oh my God, he needs almost like a hospice. Just like it's just so many things that I hope so too. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's probably not impossible, but just that he got mad at me yesterday and called me a perpetual nag. He was like, he said, "You bring us out of shape. You drive me nuts." I'm like, well, someone's gonna keep up after you. You ain't nag. Because I care about you, Ed. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't be nagging you to death. He didn't pick anything up. He just brought a small bag of his insurance papers and a pair of shoes with him to the ER. So, no, not like that kind of a person. I wouldn't do that to him. Heck, I still have his stuff from the last time he lived here. I still have his. That's why he was surprised when he saw his storage bin. I said, "This is some of the stuff that you left behind, Ed." No, he did not make a mess on my bed. Oh. Just to be safe, we changed the sheets again anyway. So the thing is, he's not here, and tomorrow I'm gonna watch the 2 sets of top sheets. Yeah, I agree with you, Andrew. I think he will be once he gets the proper treatment. More than likely, they probably will agree that he should probably be in shelter plus care program or in a handicapped elderly assisted living facility. Hi there, Stan. So what's the story with New Haven, Stan, since that's more of your jurisdiction? Because right here, Winstead didn't get anything. Not even a major wind. We got rain, but we didn't get any major rain, torrential rain. We had some, but it didn't last long. It doesn't have a checkbook. He has all his debit cards with him. 63. 62, 63. 62. Well, same rain that much, right? Well, I heard Eastern Connecticut and the Rhode Island got most of it, and Massachusetts, most of Eastern Mass got most of the system. So it swung the other way. Right. Yeah, 63 years old, no bank account because he kept fucking the bank up, and the bank got mad and told him that they'll never give him another bank account. Whereas I'm 53 and I actually have a bank account, several credit cards, and getting bills paid on time. Yeah, it did. Eastern Connecticut, Massachusetts, it did. But it didn't really do anything for Western Connecticut or Western Massachusetts. So I bet Boston girl Bridget, aka Brown Eyed Girl, certainly probably saw a lot more activities than I did. That's a good possibility he could be. It could be. He already has high blood pressure. He already has a severe weight problem. So yes, diabetes is not too far away from possibility. Yeah, pretty much the same here. I got the door open out to the porch because it's not even blowing, and I don't even see, as far as I can tell, any rain coming right now. Actually, he ran out of his meds. But yeah, I think he definitely suffered a lot of downfalls. Maybe not so much from the lack of drinking, but because of too much drinking. Oh, it's fine now, Rusty. It's just rain at this point. It's not even anything right now. The system moved out of the area. There's not even any. There's no wind damage at all. There's nothing. Knowing Rusty, he's not going to want to be out in the rain anyway. He'll probably just go downstairs, do what he has to do, then come back upstairs again. He was in the house all day. What's this? You're better off alone just saying, well, with Lumi. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree too. He found some camaraderie. He found some understanding with Lumi more than with me because Lumi was trying to explain my concerns to him, and he was like, volume replacement. I don't know if they're doing that in the United States. Well, he's not in withdrawal right now. He didn't even go into DT. He just quit drinking on his own, and I do definitely think he has a lot more wrong with him than he's letting on. I don't think he's really talking about much about his issues with his health. I don't think he wants to scare me. But he told me, he said, it's really hard to live with a Virgo, especially one that's so worried about your health and well-being that she basically micromanages everything. Excuse me! But because I was doing that, because I was keeping an eye on what you were eating, what you were drinking, how you were doing and progressing, what's in your diagnostics, I was able to chart your progress, and I could tell you that he was doing pretty good in the end. He just got to find a way to get rid of the gout pain in his joints, which may have become permanent because of years of, physical, personal bad decisions. Get back to the night shows and having fun. I miss Perkles, don't you? Andrew, doctors don't care if they have no empathy. As long as they making money, they do not. You're right. Well, let me ask another question about the people saying want to go back to the night shows. We had a night show in Discord last night. There was only 3, but Stan, Connecticut, Craig, and me. I believe for a short bit, Schmigglecat quickly checked in and then he locked out again. He didn't even say hello. Stan, there's a good chance that they might send him back to Florida. I don't know what his plans are. Because he really said that he kind of wants to go back to Florida. But I think right now they really rather have him stay in a place where he can get managed care because his situation is so... I don't go on Discord. I thought I saw you on Discord once. Michelle, I would come in, but my wife is not feeling well at all, and I'm sort of taking care of her, so I'm not going to be on the side tonight, and tomorrow morning I'll be in the regular chat. Okay, Craig, anyway, just real quick, how are you doing? How did you guys fare with the storm? Did you do okay? Yeah, he said he wants to go back to Florida for the winter time. Yeah, but this is winter's my favorite time of year. It's for me. I love my snow. I love my ice. Okay, I hate walking on it sometimes, but honestly, I still love my snow. I still love my ice. Yeah, they're not really that bad. By the way, you asked me one time, Brian K, if I damaged my ACL tendon, and I did, but apparently it did recover because I am walking on it. Whereas if the tendon was totally torn, I would not be able to walk at all. I can walk on my tendon, so I guess I must have been lucky. I didn't totally rip it up originally in December 6th of 2019. But still would like to eventually fix my kneecap. That's not the only thing I'm going to fix. Winters tend to be a bit hit and miss here, year after year. Can be mild. Next one can be Baltic. Yeah, same thing here. But I think with all the carbon dioxide coming in the atmosphere from the burning forest this year, I think you're going to see winters are going to be more mild. That's not anthropogenic climate change, but just the fact is that all the wildfires, all the carbon dioxide, particulates, carbon monoxide, they're burning things from burning buildings and stuff. The air is going to be highly polluted this year. It's going to take a while for the air to be recleaned again. I've been recleaned by the power of the rain. Well, I've been driving to upstate New York tomorrow looking to buy some land. Did you check Zillow? Because Zillow may have land relatively cheap. Not that land is really cheap anyway. I don't think it needs land in New York, upstate New York. He's not even interested in staying up here. I don't know. I know. I am exercising. I go up and down the stairs 6 times a day as a stair stepper. Thank you very much. I get plenty of walking around. I don't think he's gonna have to worry about that because Eastern New York didn't get anything. Just like Western Connecticut didn't. I don't always eat at Cumbies. I'm more than likely sure it's going to be a long line of our way, but by the end of the night tonight. Been around a long time. Compared to, Ed, I've always tried to keep myself in relatively good shape. Okay. Just gonna keep my money working on that. Okay. I'm already working on that. It's always been a battle of bulge for me ever since I was a child. It's never been easy for me. All right, XXX Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow then. Stay safe. And, well. Yeah. Still want to know what Ed's up to, because, like I said, he's not back here. Maybe he's staying with a friend, and maybe he's, like I said, maybe he's in Fernwood. Come bless in the home. Gotta admit that, he's struggled a lot with this frustration for, like, over a month now. Can't. I don't have it. I don't know where he is. And he didn't take his cell phones with him. So I can't call him. All I know is the ER said he checked out this afternoon. I could try calling Fernwood, but I don't know. Could be, there's several rest homes in Torrington area. I have to find out the number of every one of them. Or maybe he ended up in 7th floor south. I need to explain that one for you guys. 7th floor south is the psycho ward. I don't know. He could have. He definitely was having some mental health issues too. They could have put him 7th floor south for the night. Or for a few days. But he's alive, yeah. Yeah, well, I've always been about the same weight I am now, so for pretty much for the last 30 years, it's not like I'm not trying to keep myself in shape. Yeah. If he's in the psych ward, they would just say he checked out, but then they won't say where he checked out to, because that's just the way they work it. I can't fix that, no. He needs to get his own care. I can't do that. Just like I need to eventually get my knee fixed. I'm gonna probably live to be a centurion. I got a feeling that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna probably be a centurion. No, I don't. He doesn't. None of his friends have phones. Doesn't really have a lot of friends. Of course, he doesn't have his cell phone. That's sitting right here. That's sitting right here. He never took his working phone with him. That's still sitting here. So, I got a knee brace. Well, it works to a point, but it's not perfect. I bought an aftermarket knee brace. It's spring loaded. That does help. Oral, much love to Michelle. MarieDalene channel, even the live skunky channel. Well, the thing is, Oral, how you doing today? Michelle, I did well during the storm. The only thing I had to do was empty the pool, sort of like when I was overflowing, but to pump water out of it about 4 times. Other than hardly anyone at all. Right, because all the system moved over to Montauk Point. And you're not near Montauk. So you probably just get a lot of the rain like we did. Nothing too bad. I'm sure they're helping him in the hospital to get him stable. And then they will maybe Fernwood, but that's not going to happen quickly. Well, they said he checked out today out of the hospital. But then again, as far as I know, they could have transferred him to the 7th floor south, which, because he was suffering from some mental ailments too, so he may have transferred him to 7th floor south. So in that case, they'll just say that he checked out. They won't even say he's in 7th floor south. That needs to hit rock bottom before he can take that first step and admit to himself that he's powerless. Well, I think he kind of hit that rock bottom already. Very painfully, I must add. And his life has become unmanageable by me. He doesn't really take care of himself as good as he should. I won't go into details. So let's just say he just doesn't really do good hygiene. It makes it really hard for me because he just doesn't care to take care of his hygiene. That's the other reason I changed the sheets. The fact is, for example, because of his knees, he says he can't take a shower. Oh, wait a minute, you can't take a shower? How long was the last time you should go to a shower? Oh, about 2 years ago. Oh, wow, that's a little bit long, don't you think? I can't stand in the shower. Your tub is too slippery. Like, that doesn't give you an excuse. I put a shower chair in there so you could get in there and sit on it to shower yourself off. Yeah, but you're still too slippery. And I can't stand on my bum knees. Oh, let's put it this way. He was starting to smell kind of ripe. Alright, so... But it wasn't because I didn't want to clean him. He didn't want to do any cleaning for himself. Again, that's the reason why I think this is better for him that he's in an aged care facility. Because if that's the case, they can get him the help he needs to stay clean and smell better. And that's what he needs, to eat better and get his weight down. But, you know, I don't know, it's just kind of disturbing to me to think that here he is, he's 62 years old, and he doesn't know how to even properly clean himself up. I don't know. Pretty much. Maybe he got it when he was in Florida. I don't know. No, it's just true. It's just his biggest excuse, and I mean, like, I can't deal with that either. So, I mean, like, he's going to need someone who's seriously going to crack the whip on him more than me. I mean, his breath, he doesn't brush his teeth. He's probably got bad dental work. Oh my God. I mean, maybe, I don't know. The point is I can't do anything about that. Yeah, as far as that goes, again, that's what the continued health care can give him the help he needs in that area. Put a kettle prod to his privates, get him in the shower. You can't say that I didn't try. So now he's going to need to. Depends on the type of cheese. I don't know. It made like a lot of excuses for what he needed to do. Well, like I said, just like the song where Jane Howard says, he's not my problem anymore. It ended when he walked out the door. He's someone else's problem now. To keep him satisfied, I hope she figures out a way that I haven't been tried. Someday he'll be happy, but I will never know for sure, 'cause he's not my problem anymore. Doesn't mean I don't miss that. I smell pretty good because I take a bath almost every day, almost every other day during the summer months. Yeah, probably are. They probably are. Check out and check up. Maybe the nurses are giving him a sponge bath to get rid of all the crunch in his body. Well, he's not here, so it's not. Oh well. Yeah, just an example of what happens when you don't take care of yourself. Yeah, and he's gonna end up paying for it on his medical care. Oh, he'll probably just get. They'll probably give him a waiver on medical care, a hardship grant. The hospital has that, where he can get the bill waived, if that's the case. Yeah, I agree. But you know what? If he had been proactively thinking about this when he first came to Connecticut, he would not have had this episode. Because he would have had the care already. But he chose not to go through and find a medical doctor when he came back up here. Yes, he did. But, homeless Mike is too young for me. He maybe I'd best be never married. I don't know. Well, I'm kind of married to Lumi. Yeah, it's true. But you know what? I wonder what would happen if he dealt with Patty. Oh my God, she would have been ripping him a new asshole every day. Me and Ed used to see homeless Mike in the park when on the way back from the package store. And Roy, yeah, the guy in the wheelchair. So that was about a month and a half ago. He's still okay. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I'm writing messages on my phone. No. Um. It's just a slow day, you know. I need to get into some more activities myself. Maybe in this autumn I can get out more. But now with the Delta variant, there's a good chance that there's going to be more lockdowns. Would you believe the governor of Connecticut wants to make it mandatory you have to wear a mask inside your own home? Yeah. I don't know how they're going to enforce that one. But as soon as I don't think they can. What are they going to do? Put security cameras in everybody's house? I think that goes against the United States Constitution of unlawful search and seizure. I don't think the Connecticut Supreme Court would even allow it. Still, if they pushed it, I don't think the Connecticut Supreme Court would even tolerate that. I think they'd very clearly tell the governor, nope, you're not going there. Going there. All right, let me go make some tea real quick. Because I do have the tea water on, so let me go make some tea. Just be right back. Blow my nose too at the same time. Oh, there you go. Okay. Alright, now we're back in here. So, hi trolling, how you doing? Hello, great stream. Hi everyone. But those nurses are wearing masks as a hammer and chisel. I don't know. But they had to wear masks anyway because of COVID, so. Yeah, Angela, I know, that's amazing. Maybe you have to come to the UK. At least your Prime Minister had common sense. Can't say that about this country. They try to make things, more out of control. They probably put him in a gurney on a stretcher or a metal back bodyboard and throw him in the shower. You're getting a shower, mister, like it or not. It will make sense. Makes sense. I mean, of course it's hot. Ooh. The lockdowns. Seems like it. Hello? Who's there? I thought someone was calling me, but because it was a gamble, but they have vaccinated people here, and I think herd immunity being has played a massive part of it. Yeah, well, we got those here too. There's people like me who basically have taken the opposite approach. A lot of our no, that's not Ed. I don't know about that, but I don't know about that. I still haven't gotten the other yellow dollar sign back on my channel yet. I don't know how long it's going to be before they give us the green dollar sign on the show from a couple days ago. Right, Angela, I know that. But that's part of their cultural system that's been part of their upbringing for a very long time. It's not a regular thing in the United States. Maybe some Asian Americans might be more comfortable with it, but most of us don't. Speaking of online stores, I looked at the figures from this month about the money, and I'm gonna show you something here. And we see we're back to 1070, which is good. Let's see, it was Chrome screen here. Choose window. Choose window. I'll click on that. I'm gonna show you something here. Chrome. That's the chat. Chrome, where's the stupid clean at Mac, desktop, dock, go by Chrome, channel dashboard. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna show you. I hate when you do this. Come on. Why did you close the window? Oh, I got it right here. Alright, so let's take a look at this. Numbers real quick here. Now, the numbers I'm talking about particularly is these numbers right here. Okay? Now, you will see that the cash value is still really low right now. And I'm not sure of why that is. But we can go into more detailed analytics. And we can see that, don't forget, this is a couple days from now. So this doesn't cover the right now show. Oh, where is it? Yeah, this doesn't cover today's show. But we were down in views. But the watch time is kind of meh. It's the cash. It's not really bringing in a lot of revenue right now. So I don't know what the story with that is, but we're not bringing in a lot of revenue. Well, right now, the calls are not going to happen in the night shows on YouTube, but they will happen on Discord. We were live last night on Discord on Saturday night, and nobody came. Except for Stan, Craig, and me. I ain't a metal kidding. Right now, the system is set up for the phones. Right now, the phone system is not set up right now. We disconnected that setup. It's not configured. Because we didn't want to deal with it anymore. So we got rid of the setup. I still have the number, but it's not connected to nothing. It is just the worry if someone uses certain words, and YouTube are totally douches now with the rules. Absolutely. Absolutely true. 100%. But on Discord, we can do the phone calls and never have to worry about it. We had a Discord show last night. We were on for about an hour and a half. Nobody came. Except for 3 people. Well, tonight's show anyway was because I was bored, if anything. It was more just to let you know that I'm okay and that Ed is getting treatment. And so I know on Discord we can do the calls. Now we don't have to worry about getting strikes. And on Discord I can use more colorful language and not have to worry about being demonetized because I'm not monetized on Discord. Well, it's not afternoon. It's, I don't know where time zone you're in, but it's 9:04. If you're in the California time, it is probably 6:04, California. Listen to me, they got struck for that. No, it's not that. I forgot to have fun. Just that, like I said, YouTube is pretty specific on the rules. You know, you're just trying to stay within the rules best we can. And I said on Discord we can do that stuff and we can get away with it, but no one came to the Discord last night except for 3 people. Though it is entirely your call, Michelle. It would be fun, I think, though, to have them. It's just a shame YouTube is overly strict, so you can make your streams 18 plus. Then you can't get monetized, and there's no super chat either. If I make it 18 plus, exactly, you get no monetization, and you get and you also get no super chats, and you get no super stickers on 18 plus streams. Which I think I told YouTube, I said that is baloney nuts. Well, if you're making it 18 plus, it figures that you don't need the money. What? Logic don't make any sense there. I do provide content. That's what we're doing. That's why we do reviews of products when we can. That's why we do the example or show how things are put together and how things work. Right, I understand you said you don't, but trolling is on Discord. I do a morning show, right. How about I pay $10 to you and you don't have to worry about... Again, there you get the situation. Don't forget that once the situation you do 18 plus show or whatever, you can't use super chat or super stickers either. Okay? So how would you put the 8 or 10, 20, 30, $40 in the show? It's not going to happen. That's but the shows also used to cause me a lot of anxiety too, so it wasn't all fun and games. Because it had a negative impact on my well-being as well. A lot of times, especially when they really started getting nasty. I said, no. No, not today. On Discord. You're on Discord. You could be on Discord with me. You could have been on Discord with me yesterday. Where were you? Preparing for the storm. Maybe. What do you mean, am I ending my show? No. We still do the morning shows. We still do that. We still do reviews and unboxing demos. I don't know if you realize it, but really, honestly, if you've been looking at the viewers, they already have been kind of striking. It's not really a matter. I told them, I said, all those kind of night shows they wanted are going to be on Discord, and they just never came. It's got open mic. We're going to sub so people can jump in and talk, and they didn't even bother jump into it. Yeah, I know. I think New Hampshire, you guys didn't get much at all either. For you, it's going to be a tropical depression for the most part. Ooh, I forgot how hot that is. Wow! Oh, ooh, it burned my tongue. Ooh, ow, 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 ow. Maybe. But I looked at Vimeo. They're expensive. I looked at doing a show on Patreon through Vimeo and through Rumble. Rumble wants me to pay like $10 a month to live stream. I don't make enough money to even pay $10 a month for any more programs. Right. Yeah, but it was what Michelle wanted to. That was not Michelle's intention. But no one actually thought about what Michelle said earlier, which is still true, that some of the calls were having a negative impact on Michelle's well-being as well. Right. That was the main reason we stopped, was because of the emotional trauma it was causing for me. I am not your low cow. I'm your high cow. I'm your high quality. And you can't milk me for laughs because I'm not interested in being your low cow. That was never what this channel was for. Unfortunately, I'm terrible at not taking calls personal. Because it exposes one of my biggest weaknesses, my hearing loss. And I don't know exactly what that means. I mean, anyway. See, it's 2 hours, 1 hour, 38 minutes, 51 seconds. You got good comebacks on trolls. Yeah, but YouTube will not tolerate it. YouTube would just pull my stream right out of it live. They would never tolerate that. And the music and the soundboards would have to go too because of the copyright things and everything else. I can't afford to go through that. Because YouTube is paying me, which isn't much, but I'm still getting paid. I gotta be careful with that, you know? They're my employer, and they're the ones who make the rules. Maybe if they change their policies in the future to be a little more relaxed, maybe we could do something. Yeah, well, they give people strikes and terminate their streams if they don't like them, so. Well, yeah, but I mean, that's still basically like, playing with fire, Andrew, I can't afford to take any more strikes. I only got one. It doesn't expire until the 27th. It stays on your record for life. We tried that. We tried that on the Welcome to My World channel, but the show got so nasty that even Monica and I agreed that the stream should just be deleted, and we did. Alright, guys. Anyway, listen, tomorrow is another day of the week. We're going to have another morning show at 10 a.m. usual time. And if you guys really seriously want to see that kind of stuff, then maybe we can do one on Patreon. But then we have to sign up for Vimeo. We can't even store it on YouTube as a private stream. It would have to be stored on Patreon or be stored on Vimeo, which isn't free. Vimeo charges for live streaming access. I already said that long ago. I don't want to take calls because of 2 reasons. That's one of them. The other reason is because of my hearing loss. So it's not like I haven't already been saying that over and over again. I don't know. I used to enjoy talking to her. I don't know where she is now. I think the channel did some good. But anyway, listen, guys. I'll tell you what. I've got to get going. It's about time for me to go ahead and think about what I want to do for news and stuff for fun for tomorrow. And so I'm going to let you guys go. But do me a favor. Do share these streams with your friends, family. Let's see if we can get more people to show up. That'd be nice. Get more people up here. Get more people up here. For now, see you tomorrow at 10 a.m., guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.